So, Jonathan, what's your cycle? Well, mine's currently fucked as I crashed it, but I do appreciate a good old Raleigh or a Claude Butler. Excellent models. Excellent. Alright, I suppose the cat's out of the bag. Yes, do use PEDs. But before you go pointing fingers or calling me names, saying, oh, you could have done it without, this sort of stuff. Let's be real. I'm a cripple. My body is fucked. My recovery capacity is fucked. What I'm trying to achieve is absurdly high, given my current ability as a human being living on this planet here, Earth. So this video is for you guys that have been dying for me to spill the beans, as if I haven't already, which I have. I'll get to that a little bit later if you bother to listen to this whole video. But stay anyway. I'll try and make it worth your while and be as informative as possible. Now, PEDs or performance-enhancing drugs, which I do not advocate at all, aren't exactly the kind of tea you'd serve at your mum's on a Sunday lunch, but they are part of my journey, and they're what helped me take my body from looking something like this to something like this. Quite drastic. Very efficacious if you look at it from a muscle building standpoint. Let's be honest, a strict carnivore diet isn't going to do this. Steak and eggs, bit of butter, fish, whatever you like, isn't going to get you there. Leucine isn't going to drive up protein synthesis to the point that you can achieve my kind of level of muscularity as a natural athlete or bodybuilder. Now the rest of it, if I'm honest, is just a bit of science, if you will. People often ask, why'd you take PEDs? And I'm like, look at me. I'm a cripple with a piss poor life expectancy, piss poor health span, trying to make ends meet. I'm doing the right thing here, trying to be transparent, as I always have been. I've never once claimed natty in my life. And when I've not been natty, if that makes sense, yeah, whatever. Anyway, the demands are high. My best assets are probably my muscularity. If we talk about assets in that way, some people like it, some people don't. But in terms of when people meet me, the first thing they think and say is like, oh, you're very muscular. And I go, yeah, but it's still a work in progress. Now, no one ever comes to me and say, oh, Jonathan, you're so autistic. I'm so glad to have met you with your autistic skill set. No one's ever said that to me. I've only been penalised and stigmatised because of it. So what's another stigmatism, if that's even a word, stigmatism for a bodybuilder? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's a very taboo subject, and I appreciate that. So it's not something I generally have covered in the past, but I have brought several people on my channel, pro bodybuilders, that are talking about PEDs for your browsing, for your looks. You have to sift through for yourself. I can't babysit you and cradle you and direct you to every single video I have with every single question you guys have, because it drives me nuts. If steak and eggs did the job, I think I'd look like a Yorkshire pudding, for fuck's sake. If you're wondering what that is, it's this. I'm going to chuck it on the screen here. Not only this, but one of my actual modelling jobs that I've been doing for about 8 years, since 2016, does require me to be physically fit and aesthetic. In order for me to be picked for the jobs to be done, there is a certain level of muscularity you have to have. So that's another reason. So 1, we've got the recovery side of it. 2, we've got what helps me pay bills, which is probably quite helpful, especially when life nowadays is so fucking expensive, But with all this being said, it's not my duty. I'm not obliged in any way whatsoever for people to come onto my platform, or this platform on my channel, which is my showcase, my media, to tell me exactly what I should and shouldn't be doing. That is absurd. If someone come to me on the street and said that, I'd probably get a smack in the mouth. I'm not even a tough nut, but it would piss someone off that much, And even if I did come out and say, oh, I take this and this, someone's just going to say, oh, you didn't use that little, or oh, you used too much. There's no way to win. There's no way to sort of get a positive feedback from it. So there's no benefit for me telling you or anyone what I'm using. Then someone out there who's a young lad, there's a few young lads that follow me on Instagram, they watch all my stuff. They're maybe 18, 20 years old, they don't need this sort of stuff at this age of their level of development. They look at me and think, oh, I need to do that. I've been training for about 15 years. 15 years. Do you know how many gym sessions that is? Do you know how much time that is? And about 8 to 10 of those years I've been tracking macros religiously. I think there's only been a handful of days, if anything, in that span of time where I've not tracked macros. Do I need to do it? Well, apparently, yeah, because if I let my diet slip too much, my appetite tends to leave me in a very tough spot in terms of how much food I eat, which is not ideal for body composition outcomes for me. I get pushback for blocking people online. If you saw some of the messages, you would not be surprised at all. been harassed, threatened, stalked. I've had all sorts of things come through my emails and messaging services telling me, demanding everything from me. And it's not just one message, it's one after the other, after the other. It's like, oh, but you're on social media. No, social media means to provide, a resource of information for the audience, you, or whoever's watching this, to look at and say, oh, that was helpful, that wasn't helpful. I wonder about this. Okay, I need to go onto Google and find out, or speak to this guy in person and book a consultation. That's what people need to do. And it's so obvious. I mean, you don't go to your doctor's surgery and say, I got a sore foot, I want it amputated, something like that. It's bizarre. You're asking that much with that much of my time, and my compensation is that. This video, £3 potential client services sold, maybe £10. I'm not making money from these videos, guys. These are free videos to help you out and give you free content. Now, if you want more content like this, we're actually going into a bit of like safer practices, what each drug might not do. I'm by no means a world expert, but I can give you some insights into what I do actually know, in whatever capacity that might be. So just let me know in the comments below if you want PED content or me to collaborate with other people that know a bit in this space. Anyone that's actually had a consult with me and they're not an absolute total utter nutcase would actually realise that I don't pander to members of an audience that stalk, harass and bombard me with questions all over social media, expecting and demanding my time. For you to say, oh, what should your diet be for this? Well, I don't know. I don't know your background. To answer that sort of question with a pretty good estimate, you're looking at an hour consultation. I don't have an hour every single day just to respond to one person. It's nuts. It's absolutely bizarre. Like I said, you wouldn't go to a doctor and just demand everything. You book in for their time. You have to respect people's time. I just want to say here that, PEDs aren't just about pumping yourself full of anything you can get your hands on. It's about a methodical approach. What does each drug do? What does each drug have in terms of an action? What do we need to do to get more out of less? Is there another intervention we need to add to prevent us using more drugs? Drugs always have side effects. There's always some in some subtle little way or some big way. Something could happen downstream. All these things are absolutely possible. I'm completely and totally, utterly aware of the risks I'm taking, which is why I do take blood tests regularly. Every 2 to 3 months at this point. I check on everything. I eat a very strict carnivore diet, and I say very strict being 95% plus in terms of items on a plate. In terms of caloric value, 99+%, and that's every single day. I've had a few days here and there. Yeah, I enjoy a bit of, ice cream sometimes. But it's not a mainstay of my diet, so I don't calculate it in the grand scheme of things, if you know what I mean. I also utilise probably 10 to 15 biohacks just to get me out of bed in the morning. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Just to get me to the gym each day. I'll probably go over those in due course. Otherwise, I do have a fantastic short book which goes through everything I do in a day. I highly recommend looking at it. It's got a bit of an idea about supplements, what you should do for health hacks, all that sort of stuff, and I'll just link that below if you have a little look. So PEDs are like bring the perfect cup of tea, precise timing, a careful blend, and don't leave the bag in too long unless you fancy some sort of unwelcome surprise, which does seem to happen to a lot of people, often associated with, acne, unusual hair growth or hair loss. My hair was falling out before, guys. Sorry about that. I don't mind not having much hair. It doesn't bother me at all. This is annoying though. Fuck me, this is annoying. If you could get that there, all good. Just to get rid of this. But we persist. I'm rocking that shaggy look today, apparently. There's more theory behind PEDs than what you'd imagine. People just think, oh, it's testosterone, maybe Dianabol, they might know about that. Things of past, historically popular anabolic agents, shall I say. But it's not just a case of taking more and hoping for the best. If I went from my pictures and show day from, my June the 2nd Mr. Aldershot competition, whatever it was called, then look at the ones from the British finals, I was 3 kilos heavier and leaner using 1/3 less drugs. And it seems to be that it was the improvement in recovery that helped me. Why? What, was I using too much before? No. I changed the things that I was using round, which yield more recovery per unit of milligram dose, amount, volume, however you want to call it. So why have I kept it this quiet for this long? Why have I not like publicly come out of it? Well, because I've never lied about it. I've never been dishonest with anyone about it. You'll never see anywhere online, written or verbal or whatever else there is, telepathic, I don't know, where I've said, I'm a natural bodybuilder apparently. No, absolutely not. That has not happened once. I'm also not obliged, like I said, to tell anyone that I do take stuff, if I did. So do you get what I'm saying here? Covered it in videos like this before. I've actually mentioned about the fat-free mass index, which I think is a very helpful short little video. It tells you what's realistic. I told people what my stats were, very transparent. I put it on the video and I said, look, these are numbers. These are natural bodybuilder numbers. These aren't. Where am I? I'm here when the bit where they aren't natural. Funny that. Think, wakey. I laid it out for you guys on a plate. And that's just one video. The podcasts, so many other things I've been through and different videos. I've actually spoken publicly about that sort of thing. But what's your cycle? Jonathan, what's your cycle? None of your business. Still, none of your business. And if you think about dabbling with this sort of stuff yourself, I'd say don't. You know, is there a way you can do it safer? Yeah, there is certainly a way you can do it safer, indicated by my blood markers between different points of time where I can say, yes, I improved my health outcomes by these biohacks, which again I mentioned in my ebook. They're actually also in my Beef Up Carnivore Bodybuilding Bible, which I highly recommend. $12, guys.
Introducing Beef Up Carnivore Bodybuilding Bible. The ultimate guide for men and women to lose fat and build muscle. And the best part, it's only $12. Don't miss out on the most detailed resource available. Get a copy now at compositionconsultant.com.
Best carnivore body composition book. So none of this is actually medical advice. You should seek out guidance from your healthcare professional. And as long as we're not talking about, you know, anything part of the fucking WHO, which we do not like. Hit like if you do not like the WHO. This has my name on it, by the way. It's very nice. This is Jonathan. Like that. So there we have it. The truth, the whole truth. Nothing but the carnivorous truth. PEDs are part of my journey, but they don't make me who I am. It's the dedication, the hours, the diet, the due diligence that I have absolutely put into myself, and a bit of maybe British stubbornness to boot as well. So let's keep pushing boundaries, smashing stereotypes, and just doing it all with a smirk on our faces. And a bit of steak as well doesn't go hit or miss, if I'm honest. So get more food in you. Remember to hit like, comment, subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. And again, if you do want more content related to PEDs, tell me below in the comments section. Let me know. Hit like in this video. If the algorithm picks it up and I happen to get more, I don't know, notoriety for it, well then, yeah, I can do my own research. I can collaborate with other people and can give you the content that you want. But if it means making this content, like this video, which would have taken me 6 hours to make, 4 to 6 hours, by the time it's uploaded and you've watched it by this point, then I might as well spend that time helping out people with autism, or people that actually do need this help, making the videos that do actually matter. At the end of the day, I'm still covering all topics related to things that people do ask for. And I do listen to my paid channel members, so I do recommend joining that as well if you haven't yet already. Cheers, guys.
Check out my site at compositionconsultant.com, where your journey to peak performance and optimal health begins. With a degree in human nutrition and over 15 years of training experience, I've guided more than 400 carnivores to not just meet, but exceed their physique and performance goals. Through personalised consultations, comprehensive ebooks and dedicated coaching, I'm here to ensure your success. Join the ranks of those who have transformed their lives. It's time to align your physique goals with positive health outcomes. Visit compositionconsultant.com today and take the first step towards the best version of you.